Hello, welcome. Guess what day it is? It's Tuesday, and it's the first Tuesday of the month, so it's Project Recipe Night. So, right off the bat, I want to remind everyone that if you didn't RSVP on my website, right there, DaytonaAreaScrapbooking.com, that takes you right to the calendar page, and you will see tonight an RSVP for it right now, even though you've already hopped on here. So that you get the link to the PDF. So even if you don't have time to print it tonight, you'll get the link for the PDF, which you may not be able to click it, just copy and paste it into your browser and then download it to your computer so that you have it. And as a reminder, I've taught many times how to use those project recipes in Artisan 6 in your digital. So if you like to collect project recipes, whether you're digital or paper, you can do that. And the best and easiest way to do that is to make sure that you RSVP at DaytonaAreaScrapbooking.com. Hello, Deb and Tracy. Good to see you. And if you are watching, do not forget to comment. Say hey, because then the little bots will enter you to win 10 CM credits tonight. I always forget to do something. I forgot to upload my slides. So that was fun earlier today. If you tried to get on Facebook or Amazon or really most of the internet this morning, say around 11 o'clock, you may have found that you could not. I think probably between 10:30 and 11:30 or 10:30 and 12, there was a major outage. So a little small time panic there. I thought, what am I going to do if I can't get on Facebook Live tonight? And I saw a really funny meme just now that said, excuse me while I put on my lipstick, that said, you better be good or I'm going to turn it off again. And it was a picture of Mark Zuckerberg. So that was funny. It's good times. I was thinking, well, if I can't get on Facebook Live, I guess I'll just, do a pop-up. What did I call it? A craft mob. We'll just show up somewhere and I'll do a project recipe there. But here we are. We're together. So again, make sure you say hey so that you are entered to win tonight. We do have an in the feed drawing, so you do need to be present to win in the chats. In the chat, there's just one chat. There it is. Well, I guess there's two. There's YouTube and Facebook. Anyway, clearly I'm tired. So make sure that you like and comment. Free shipping still going on until noon. Well, actually 1 p.m. Eastern this Friday. So if you forgot about it, or maybe you didn't get paid last weekend, or whatever the reason, it just slipped your mind, don't forget there's free shipping on orders over $80 at creativememories.com. And if you just need a couple things and you don't have enough for the $80, I'm pooling orders. So I've been ordering right along since the free shipping started. Ordered a couple times yesterday. So I will be ordering again toward the end of the free shipping promo. So if you just need a couple things, I know it's my little overlay is blocking. It says free shipping on orders over, it looks like 8 or maybe 800, but what's covered is 10. So $80. And there's a virtual crop this weekend. That snuck up fast. Why does it feel like March is getting away and it's only the 5th? Exciting things this weekend. This weekend, spring ahead. I'm excited because then sunrise is a little later. It's like kind of escaping me. Leaving at 6:30. You might have had to just swipe. Sometimes mine disappears, Kim, but I'm glad you see it now. So we spring ahead this weekend. And like I said, I leave my house at 6:30 to try to see the sun. So about 7 is as early as I can get to the beach and not be super cranky. So I'm so excited that starting, this next week, sunrise will be at 7:45, and then also sunset will be at 7:45. So it's just gonna feel like I love that time of year. Tool time with Tara next Tuesday. Oh, let me back up here because I kind of just got all excited about spring ahead. So in case you didn't know, the virtual crop that Critter Memories puts on, there's a special virtual crop group. Just in Facebook, search Creative Memories Virtual Crop under groups. You'll see it. You'll need to ask for permission. If you're not already a member, do it now so that you can gain access to the group, because it is a closed group. And if you participate in the sketches, you can win some of the new stuff from Creative Memories. And since we didn't have anything new launch on this Monday, you know what that means. What does that mean? Get ready. Stuff's a coming. So I will post on Friday and let everyone know what all the fun stuff is. Unfortunately, see how that happens where the free shipping didn't line up with the new stuff? It's a problem. But, well, hey, Debbie, fly safe. We'll see you at the end of the month. So virtual crop, I sweeten the deal on all of your sketches. You just add hashtag Daytona area scrapbooking so I can find those sketches. And then I do my own CM credits for the virtual crop. So that goes this Friday all the way till Tuesday. So you'll have one last ditch effort next week on Tool Time. All right, which is next Tuesday at 7 p.m. I'm going to play with the 2 new punches. I ordered them with the free shipping last week. They might be in boxes I haven't unpacked, or they might be just delivered tonight. But I haven't played with them yet, and I'm excited to do that. Techie Tuesdays in a couple weeks. That'll be a noontime show. And then Spring Fling. So when I first announced it, everyone was super excited. And then now people have forgotten about it. Don't forget about Spring Fling for the, you can bring a friend. If you don't have a friend to bring, that's fine. You can come yourself. You don't have to have a friend come to attend. But of course, bring a Scrappy friend. You can do demos, classes. There's free lunch. There'll be specials. I'll have my inventory out. You can shop. So it's just a fun day. This is something totally different. I've never done anything like this. Like I said, there's no cost. You do make a $10 reservation. There is a cost, but you get that $10 back. You can use it towards classes or product. So you can sign up and then get a paper pack or get a tape runner or put it towards something bigger, whatever you want. So make sure you sign up on DaytonaAreaScrapbooking.com. Just look toward the end of the month, March 23rd. You'll see it. It's a come and go event. So you don't have to go all day. You can come in the afternoon. You can come for lunch. You can come in the morning, whatever works for you. National Scrapbook Day. I think I've mentioned I am going to be renting some tables. I've used all the tables that I own, plus the Westminster Church possesses. So I will be renting some tables so that we can max out the room for National Scrapbook Day. Super excited about that. And then don't forget your shirt. The shirts say, I scrapbook because if I didn't, life would be unbearable. And on the back, it says Wild, Scrappy, and Free, Daytona Area Scrapbooking, Creative Memories. So super fun shirt. And if you like bears, that's your shirt. Retreat to Lakeland this summer, June 6th. Oh, I just realized I'd never fixed the slide for the next slide. It just hit me. So this is June 6th to the 9th. It's a Thursday to a Sunday. We're going to have an awesome time in Lakeland. It's in his downtown historic Lakeland, not by the highway. It's a beautiful area of Lakeland. This is where the typo is. So retreat in Brevard, North Carolina is July 14th to the 18th. There's an extra 18 on my slide. So the 14th to the 18th, it's a Sunday to Thursday. Then we drive over to Helen from Thursday to Sunday. Helen, Georgia, this cutest little second most visited town in Georgia. So it's a little German town in the middle of the mountains. So guess what? I already had Crystal making some custom beer steins, and got to figure out how to make some t-shirts that look like lederhosen or something. So anyway, you know me, I'm having a blast getting ready to plan for the upcoming retreats. So thank you if you are subscribed to me on YouTube. It is really the best place for you to go back and watch past content. So if you fell behind on card classes, or if you want to catch up on project recipes or whatever, then just hop on to my YouTube. Everything is organized into playlists by type. So all the Techie Tuesdays are together, all the card classes are together. So it should hopefully make it much easier for you to find things. And if you hopped on a little late, then you might have missed it, that there's an in the feed drawing tonight. So make sure you say hi in the comments and like this video so that you are entered to win tonight. All right. And now it's time for us to create. I'm super excited. Let's switch this camera over here. And I think we need to, I was zoomed in for the card class, but now I need to go a little higher. Let's make sure the lighting is good. All right. Well, Linda, I am a little more partial to Irish beer, but but I love a good theme, don't we all? Okay, so this is a project recipe for tonight. It is the Passport 2 Adventure project recipe. So the Passport 2 Adventure came out in January. That was a collection, but as usual, I will not be using the paper from Project Recipe. That is what I love. I love two things about Project Recipes. I love that it reminds us that Creative Memories paper, just the feel of it, you can pull paper from multiple packs and it just goes together. So this is from an old spring pack. This is from the Aussie Adventure pack. This is from a Dream pack from who's like an advisor pack. So anyway, I have papers pulled from all different kits, but the beautiful thing is that these papers are what I need to make these pictures work. I mean, they just match great with these pictures. This is from a retreat, as I usually do. I'm doing pictures from a retreat for the project recipe tonight. And if you've not experienced a project recipe, here is the deal. So once a month, I do a project recipe. When you RSVP, you get the PDF. There's instructions, so you can print it out and follow along, or you can just follow along with me live. I don't, most people don't do it with me, so I don't like wait for everyone to catch up. I just kind of go. But if you need to go back and watch it later, you can pause it and listen for measurements and that kind of thing if you didn't get the PDF. So this is the project recipe. Like I said, I never do it with the papers that are shown because the cutting guide has nothing to do with the papers, and you can do it with any paper. And these are really nice to keep in a binder and go back and use again and again. Most of the time, they're very simple. So this is just using basically 2 pages and like a little bit of white cardstock. I grabbed a whole sheet, but who doesn't have like, I don't know, stacks of partial pieces of white cardstock in particular? And actually, I shared last time that you can use the back side of the insert of the paper packs, that it is safe to use in your album. And guess what? that it's white on the back. Jacqueline, you do not have to say you're sorry. We love you, and I'm praying for you. So yeah, so I might go grab. I might just grab a piece of a paper. Okay, so let's get right down to the cutting guide. I've got 2 pieces for my backgrounds. That is going to be these. So I'm going to set them aside. I am going to cut this piece, is my designer paper number 1. And this piece is designer paper number 2. And then I've got white cardstock for down here. All right. So I need my handy dandy trimmer. This recipe does call for a use of the custom cutting system, so I will bust that out in a little bit. But our first cuts are 1 1/4 by 10 1/4. I'm not going to get fancy. Like, it would be good to, let's see, that's 2 1/2 and 2 1/2, so that's 5. So you could go 5 and then cut it at 10 1/4. So you have a little bit of a bigger chunk. These little chunks, I tend to just throw away, honestly. Back in the day, I think I used to keep them, but they're just so hard to keep up with. Let me move this one out of the way. So I need 4 at 10 1/4, but when it's a small cut, if it's less than like 2 or 1 1/4, you want to go this way so that you have more of this ledge to stabilize your paper. So the bold line is 1, and we want to go 1 line after that for 1 1/4. So there is 1 1/4, 2, 3, 4. Then the next cut is 1 3/4, and you can take it out to 1 3/4 using on this side of the trimmer. So I suggest you do that. So we're going to go 1 3/4 and 1 3/4, and then that is going to leave you with a 3 1/2. And so sometimes, because there's allowed like an acceptable variation in paper, so sometimes I just check it. You do want to cover the line so that so if you find that you're just going up to the line, you might find that that last cut is not correct. So we're going to go 3 1/2 and 3 1/2. So we need 3 3 1/2s. Okay. So this is garbage. Whoops. Now it wants us to do a reverse. Oh, wait. Yeah, that was garbage. But you, the back is lily pads. That is not going to work on mine. So I'm just probably going to use the front side of this. I need to trim the bottom part. So the 1 3/4, they go to 9 1/2. So I can flip this out and go to 9 1/2. Hey, Crystal. Oh, hey, Peggy. Good to see everyone on here tonight. Lots of our Scrappy friends. So 9 1/2. One of these 9 1/2 is what I'm going to cut. I'm going to use the punch. And because we kind of have a nautical theme going, this was a retreat at Volano. I kind of like the, I kind of like it. Oh, I didn't put that one in all the way. Good thing I have lots of extras. It probably would have been good to do this while it was attached. Okay, well now I have 2 little compasses. All right, and now these other 4, you can safely cut 2 at a time if you want. That one goes to 10 1/4. Now you could reverse the math. So that'd be 1 3/4. But sometimes that confuses people that aren't good with with ruler measurements, subtracting them or whatever. So just for the sake of Facebook Live, we're going to go to 10 1/4. And make our cut that way. So I'm doing 2 at a time. All right. Hello, hello. Everyone's still jumping on and you're doing the right thing. You're saying hello, which is good. Then the little bot will add you to the drawing. So we've got our pieces cut for this first piece of paper. Completely done. So I'm going to take those pieces and move them over. And then we will cut the next piece. All right, this next piece, garbage, are these little 1/2-inch pieces. So they're 1/2 by 12. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So again, it's such a small amount. We're going to go this way. We're going to use this side. And it's this very first, there's kind of, because of the cutting mat, and then there's like this little empty space. So we're going to go right to the first line on that side. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and say it with me now, 6. Okay. Our next cut is going to be these two, I'll see if you can see, these two 4 by 6 mats. And then there's a 4.5 by 6.5 mat. And then we're going to punch the shapes out. So we're going to start with the 4. Here's 4. Now we need to swing out our arm here. And cut at 6. Those 2 mats are done. And then let's leave this one out. And we're going to go to 4.5. And then 6.5. Okay. So now we're just going to punch 4 of these out of here. Make sure that all the little pieces drop out before you move on. Try to sneak that on. I did it. Okay. So I've got 4 of those. And again, this is the newest little compass punch. Love it. If you're making little tiny jack-o'-lanterns, they make cute little triangles there. All right, and the last thing is the cardstock. And I'm going to just jump up and grab, since I just need a strip, I'm not going to sacrifice a whole piece of white cardstock. Okay, so I said this, I think, last project recipe, that you can actually, this is safe to use in your albums, the inserts for the paper. So I can just go ahead and use this for these little pieces of white cardstock. So I'm going to cut that at 3.5. And we'll go 3.5 again because we need 2 squares, 3.5, 3.5, and then we need 5 1.5-inch circles. Now, it's interesting that the project recipe calls for, oh, I forgot, I was going to do anchors. Because this is at the beach, it's retreat to the beach, and we always dress like pirates. I thought it'd be fun to do a couple of these anchor. I believe these are still on last chance. So if you're Navy family or your boating family, make sure you get your anchors. Okay, so what I was going to say was these are 1.5-inch circles. And back in the day, if you have one of those blue circle punches, remember we had the 2 circle punches, we had the regular one and the mini one. One of those is, I believe, 1.5 inches. But the instructions on here, since that punch is no longer available and not everyone's been scrapbooking with Cryd Memories for 20 plus years, you want the smallest circle for the custom cutting system, which is not this one, it's that one. And these are in the directions, and you want the red blade. So red blade, smallest circle. We're ready to go now. And that is 1.5 inches or 1.5 inches, and it actually says it on the circle. It says 1.5. And that refers to the inside with the red blade. And then over here, there's a 4. And that's what you get on the outside with the red blade. So I've got my custom cutting system mat, and which is new and improved and amazing. I mean, it's not that new, but it might be new to you if you're still. I had a lot of people at the retreat in St. Simon's finally upgrade because they were still working on 10 by 12 mats. So we need 5 of these. So these, if you haven't, used them in a while and forget how they work, it's like a little train in a train track. So the little prongs fit into the grooves. These are the kinds of things, that will be at Spring Fling for you to play with and for me to demo. And people have asked for a schedule, and I think I put a loose schedule out there as far as like beginner classes at 11 and 1 and different things. But just know that I will adjust depending on who's in the room. So if everybody that's in the room is already scrapbooking, I'm either going to show them, a little more advanced technique with something, or I'm going to, answer questions that they may have or whatever. So I've been at this a long time. So I don't necessarily want to put out a rigid schedule because, like I said, depending on who's there at what time, I might need to pivot. Because I want you to, I was going to say get the most for your money, but since it's kind of a free event, I just want to make sure that you have a great time. Okay. It's time to assemble. That's it. There is not, Peggy, that's great. But they are, what are they, $4.75 a piece? And I have had these little ones since they made the change. And they made the change to this spinny kind many, many years ago, maybe 10, 12, 15 years ago. And I've had them. So they last a really long time. The only way I've seen them get damaged, really, not from overuse, but if somebody drops them and like bends the tip. So unfortunately, you just have to buy a new one. If you feel like it's not giving you a clean cut, one of the things I mentioned a while back was I noticed I was using repositionable on my mat. And even though you can't feel the adhesive, it has subtle little raised areas that I noticed were tripping up my blades. So I do not use my repositionable on here anymore. And you can clean it with, you know, different things. I suggest that if you've got like adhesive on there. All right. Yay. Assembly time. Okay. So this is going to be my base. And I am going to follow the little guide here and piece together. So we have this thicker piece that goes on the side. And the thinner pieces go up here. So I like the look of this page because it looks like it's got lots of pieces, but it really doesn't. But because of the way it leaves that little corner exposed, it has a really cool look, I think. And these thin blue ones actually just butt up right next to it. So that way that thickness is the same as like that. So that's it for the bottom part. Then we're just going to add in our mats. And we got our 3 little mats. Oh, of course you can't see the picture. We're going to add these on, and then we're going to add our compasses, and I did my anchors too. So let me go ahead and start sticking this, because then we can overlap. So all of these project recipes, and I know some of you watching, you are collectors. If you're new to project recipes, I think you're going to enjoy making them. I find it really that after a while, my pages start to look the same. And I don't know if that's something, I mean, and everyone has their style, so that's not necessarily like a bad thing, I think. You know how they say like moms can like pick their kids' shirts out of a pile? I feel like, you know, probably my family would be able to pick my scrapbook pages out of a pile just because they have well, I mean, if they couldn't see that the pictures were of themselves, that's kind of silly. But you know what I mean? Like everyone has a different style. But when I feel like I don't know what to do on this page, it's nice to pull out a project recipe. Does anyone else find that to be true? I see that a lot at retreats, where people, you know, because you're there for such a long period of time that you kind of, you know, between lack of sleep and just lack of oxygen from laughing so hard with your scrappy friends, that it's nice to just take the guesswork out of things. All right. And see, now this one went on top of the blue so that it looks like it's the same distance. And then these turn into little squares. All right. I lost something on the floor. I don't know what it was. Maybe a strip. I will find out soon enough. Okay. So then we need our white square here. And I have a scrappy friend that hates things on an angle. Are there any other angle haters out there? Sometimes it's hard to do I don't mind having things on an angle. You know, that doesn't bother me. But for some people it does. Isn't it funny? Now, these in the recipe, this one and this one actually calls for the reverse, but the reverse is the lily pads, and I didn't want to do the reverse. So unfortunately, that kind of means that these are very similar colors on top of each other. So this one has kind of a darker edge. I'm going to go ahead and put that one down here. Linda, you're not a fan of the angle? It's funny that it doesn't bother me. I say that because I'm not completely type A, but I have a type A tendency, I think. This one comes down here. Okay. Oh, you like an angle. Yeah. See, some people don't. Makes them uncomfy. Or like as my mom says, like jazz music makes her jumbly inside. So some people, it makes them jumbly, I guess. That's what we say in our house. If it just doesn't sit right. Does anyone else have a family word for that? Now there's little stars on the backside of these. I could just do that. Crystal. All right, I'm gonna do some repositionable tape on here. Of course, that's off the screen now. It's always helpful. I don't know what I did with my, oh, there it is. I'm going to use the repositionable tape. If you haven't experienced that, is oh, good, Peggy. Yeah, it's super fun, I think. I'm going to go at a little angle on that one. The repositional tape has little dots so that for these things that are pretty intricate, you can just zoop, 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 go right over it. And it's great. So yeah, one side of this 2-page spread is done. And now we can do the other side and then load them up with pictures. And let's see, let's make sure my little lumps, oh goodness, it's a technical term. So these go on there. The second side I find is easier because you've already well, first of all, you have half the pieces usually. So you're not sorting through things. And then you've already, figured out some things. So I have the pleasure of gathering my daughter from the Orlando airport this evening. She originally was on a flight that landed at 11:30, but it must be my lucky day because she changed her flight and now gets in at 9:45 into Orlando, which is great because that means instead of getting home at like 1 in, I guess she'll be home, let's see, 10, home by 11-ish. So that's fun. But it is fun. Oh, all right, Kim. So you're following the recipe. Good. Do post pictures in the Oh, it's repositionable. Repositionable turns permanent, you know, eventually. So don't be afraid to use it on your paper. Some people, that's all they use. But I like to use regular on my paper. And the project recipe is one of the things, you know, that you'll be able to do at Spring Fling, because I will have, I think I'm going to switch that one so I don't have the blue touching. Is that going to look, I think it's going to look okay. So I'll pick a project recipe that's nice, and I'll have it out with, you know, packs of paper that you can use, and I'll have some printed project recipes in our little bags, and then you can practice a project recipe, because maybe you've been watching me, but you just would feel better if you had a little bit of guidance. Oh, this goes right to the edge. I was thinking, whew, that doesn't have a... Oh, thanks, Lois. Wow, this is like... Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. What was this for? Oh, I done messed up. All right. It's like, why are these different sizes? I put the other 4x6 on here. Hold, please. I'm glad that you like it, Lois. Lori, this is the Passport to Adventure. And head over to that website that is on the bottom of the screen right now, Daytona area scrapbooking.com. And it'll see a calendar page, and you'll see tonight's project recipe. It's going on right now, so go ahead and RSVP, and then you'll get a link with the link to the PDF of the recipe. And I think you guys did really well this month. Many of you RSVP'd for this, which is great, because hopefully that reminded you. You got an email reminder, and then you got the project recipe or link, and hopefully you found that helpful. But I will have, you know, next Monday. Oh yeah, the combinations are endless. That's why I never use the ones even shown, because I want you to see, like, not just take my word for it. See that you can do so many with them. So yeah, Lori, just hop on out to Daytona area scrapbooking and RSVP. You just put your name and your email address, and you don't have to be a site member or anything, and then you'll get that email. But I really, like I said, this one is coming out great. And again, these are papers from 3 different Creative Memories paper packs. So, you know, if they are from the same pack, like Kim is doing it with the Passport to Adventure papers. So, but like Creative Memories, all the Creative Memories paper, really, you can mix and match it so easily. All right, so this is before the pictures. So look at how fun that is. And I did announcements, so this was like, you know, 30 minutes and me talking. So that came together super quick. So now let's put our pictures on. And I am moving through retreat pictures through the years, and oh no, wait, this is the one I'm going to do here. So this is Linda and Murph. We always have a pirate theme in Volano. It is a fan favorite. We usually are there the first weekend in November. It is not out on my website yet. Oh, you know what's secretly on my website? Now, don't tell because it wasn't in my slides and I haven't emailed it yet, but there's a few of you listening tonight. And if you are local to the area and you usually attend the Go Gray in May crop in May that benefits the Cannonballs for Cane Foundation, it's like a soft launch. If you go to DaytonaAreasCropBooking.com and then you click ahead to May, you will see it there. Now, new this year, because all the money goes to Cannonballs for Cane from that crop, it will actually redirect you to the cannonballs.org, the website. So since I do the website for Cannonballs, you'll actually be registering for the event out there, and that way the money doesn't come to me and then I give it back to them. So yeah, so if after this you head out there, you can go ahead and sign up. And it's not a secret. You can tell your Scrappy friends if you want, but there will be an announcement forthwith. All right, so our little recipe, so that was just a little bonus. Okay, our recipe is 5.5 by 3.5 is the photo. So that's where the little dotted lines are around it. It tells you the dimensions of the photo. So I just slapped down my 4 by 6, no problem. Now I'm going to go back and trim off a 1/2 inch on each side. And then I'm going to do 3 by 3 photos for the other squares. So I just love the way the sky looks. And doesn't that just match perfect to that paper? Oh, I love it, love it, love it. I don't love super wide mats. I prefer a thin mat myself. So I might just do a 1/4 inch. You know, I hate to go off to script, but I feel like when I do like a full 1/4 inch all the way around, I kind of always am like, that's a little wide. Of course, I didn't measure that. So now I'm playing that game where it's like a little bit off this side, a little bit off that side. What was the other one? I'm doing this one. Hold on. Hold, please. Let me plan this better. I'm going to have to try to trim us down on there. That's easy. Whew, we're going to lose faces on that. That's all right. I think this one, I decided I was actually going to cut in half this way and this way. So I think this is the one that's going to go here. Let's see how I did. Oh, I did that one right on. Yeah, I don't love thank you, Lori, for affirming my Scrappy choices. Usually I just follow the directions and then I think, oh, I don't think I wanted it that way. All right, so this is going to be 3 by 3, and I thought I could kind of just do like this. This is going to get to very, very small. See, now I should have done, well, this one I kind of had to do. Oh boy. I don't know if this is going to work. This is but this is going to be a really wide mat that I just said I didn't love. I'm going to lose, well, you know what? I can lose some of my chin and not feel bad about that. Then I won't lose all the pretty sky. Hello, welcome. Now I'm a tiny little head, but that's all right. Let's see. I've got more. It looks like I was standing in a hole. That's probably why that's such a problem. All right, that one. let me do another one where I can have a wide mat, and then let's see, Melissa and Marshall. Look at Marshall's hair. These aren't even that old. I gotta look up when exactly. These were. Okay. So we've got that side. I love doing the retreat pictures with Project Recipe because it's a really good example of, you know, I've been doing one a month since 2020, and it's amazing how just doing that, you can make progress without even thinking. Like, it seems like it's slow progress. It's kind of like that way with weight loss, right? It's just like, what? Only a half a pound, but those half a pounds just, you know, add up after a whole year. And next thing you know, see, that's what I should have done, 3 1/4. Now, how on earth am I going to make this? People are going to be losing faces. All right. Poor Carla and Murph. As long as we... Okay. This is extreme close-up. Now, I could have picked a different picture, or I could have put that there, but then there's no way I could have worked this into a smaller. So anyway, done is better than perfect. Now I just need to stick this down, and that's it. And it's kind of fun to have that kind of a close-up, I think. I feel like, again, the Project Recipe kind of forced me out of my comfort zone a little bit. Normally, you don't, I don't anyway, crop something that that close. But it does look cute. Sometimes, if you've watched these Project Recipes before, sometimes I struggle as I'm going through it, but they always turn out. This isn't one of them. I knew right from the get-go with the colors and everything that I was gonna love it, and I really do. I think it looks awesome. And so this is some of you have this shirt. This is one of the shirts you can order on my website. I get by with little help from my Scrappy friends. And that is my retreat book. Now, this album is an example of what you can do with the Creative Memories custom albums. So it's the Creative Memories book cloth. So I need to go back and catch up on journaling, because I don't journal when I'm on Facebook Live. But this one, I believe, goes right in here. My list, I thought, was in here. I have a list of all my retreats. Oh, here they are. So somehow I got off. So this was 2019. Yep, this is Volano. So this is April 2019. This was, there's the second Volano. So I can go ahead and get this right in here. And then recently, I think I did the Brevard one, and we're returning to Brevard this summer. So this was 2019, and that's what I'm up to. So I have scrapbooked. See, Brevard was retreat number 39. So let's see. we just had retreat number 63 at St. Simon's. Alrighty, so now it's time to find out who our winner is. So yeah, these are my that's my list. See, I have to do this because I somehow got out of order and I have to print the pictures. So now I'll be doing Mount Dora 2019 next month. And then and then I feel like, look at how many were just in the 2020. Well, this is supposed to be 2024. Some of these haven't even happened yet. I've already got Brevard and Helen and everything else on there. So I am ready. Now I just need a journal. Isn't that always the way? I try not to get behind because when you get behind in journaling, then it just seems like a task. Am I right? Then it's like, got to journal. If you do it while you go, then it's not as, I find it's not as much of a, what's the word I'm looking for? A mountain to climb. But I know I'm not alone in that. That's for sure. Okay, let's see. It's time to do our winner. So make sure if you haven't said hello, make sure you do that. Now's your last chance. Ah, look at you. Yeah, good job, Lori. See, that's the thing with digital. You can't print it until you've got the journaling done. With paper, I find it's easier to get behind on the journaling because you'll be like, I'll come back to that. And so I think I brought those retreat albums because I have two, and to St. Simon's with the thought that maybe I would journal them, but I of course did not. So I will bring them. Maybe I'll bring them to Lakeland and journal one. I like to bring them to retreats anyway because it's fun to look at them, and especially because some of you look so young. Because those retreats back in the 2005 and 6, we were all a little younger then. So thank you everyone for saying hello. I did want to give everyone a little extra time to say hey so that you are in the drawing. Well, welcome, Martha. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Don't forget to RSVP to this on DaytonaAreaScrapbooking.com so that you get the PDF of the recipe tonight. All right, let us see who the winner is. You do have to be present to win. There's a little bit of a delay, so I'll wait and hopefully the person is on and they'll chime in the chat. So if I say your name, say that you're here in the chat so that we can celebrate with you. And if you're watching on YouTube, before I draw this, if somebody watching on YouTube wins, message me through Daytona Area Scrapbooking so that I have your email address so I can send you your CM credits. And it doesn't matter if I'm not your advisor. You can use them with your advisor. I'm just, thankful that you're tuned in here tonight. So, or maybe you are an advisor, and that's fine too. All right, let's see who our lucky winner is, and hopefully they are still with us. Jacqueline, I think she said she had to hop off. Jacqueline, are you by chance still on here? Jacqueline. I don't think she's on here. She did say she just stopped by to say hi, that she couldn't stay. But we will do another winner. Kim, are you still on? She has been winning. So I feel, Kim, are you on? You better say if you're on, because Kim's the type of person to be like, oh, I know you're still on, Kim. Yay! It would not be out of character for her to be like, pick someone else. I won last week. But girl, the universe wants you to win. So we do what the universe or the bots or whoever. No, I'm not going to try again. You're here. You won. Congratulations. You can get a free paper pack. You need to replace that Passport to Adventure on your next order. Alrighty. Well, thank you everyone for being on here tonight. If you haven't gotten the project recipe, jump off right now. Go to Daytona Area Scrapbooking and make sure you RSVP, even though it's over, because when the time is over for the class, then you won't be able to get that PDF anymore. So thanks so much for being on here with me. Don't forget that the virtual crop is this weekend. So I'll post the sketches this on Friday. And don't forget to add hashtag Daytona Area Scrapbooking to whatever you create, digital or paper, so that I get notified or I can find those pages and you will be entered to win more CM credits. Yay! Thanks, everyone. And I look forward to seeing you guys again soon. And until I do, stay scrappy, my friends. Bye-bye.